Basic orientation and functionalities of the UniCat database system. Choosing a workspace. After you log in, you can see all the available workspaces. Each workspace has a name and a list of users that have access to the workspace. You can either open an existing workspace by clicking Open, or you can set up a new workspace using the Create New Workspace button. When creating a new workspace, you specify the name and hit Save. When you create one, there are no findings or schemas in it. Schemas are a form into which you can later fill in your data, and findings are your records themselves. Creating a schema. Schemas act as a blueprint for your findings. Each finding belongs to one schema, and the structure of the information contained within it is dependent on it. To view all possible schemas, hit the Schemas tab at the top of the screen. All existing schemas are available now. You can either edit the existing schemas, use Related Findings to search for findings of this schema, or delete schemas. Note that to delete a schema, the schema needs not to be associated with any findings. To add a new schema, hit the New Schema button at the top. You need to choose a name for the schema, and you can change the associated color. Further, you can use the Schema Builder. You start the builder with one tab called Basic, and you can add more tabs by hitting New Tab button. In any tab, you can use drag and drop options to create checkbox groups, dates, permanent text, or set up fillable text fields. When you are happy with setting up your schema, hit the Save button at the top right corner. New Finding. To create a new finding, hit the New Finding button and select a schema in the pop-up box. Each finding has some fields that are shared among all findings. Plus, it has the tabs associated specifically with a given schema. Now you can start filling out the finding. Specify name, dataset, amount, date, and taxonomy information. Further, fill out the schema-specific fields that were defined by you. You can also add media information, like pictures, audio or video files, etc. Lastly, you can use the map at the bottom to track the geographical location of the data. You can use the pin location marker to specify a point by clicking the Place button and then clicking a location on the map. Also, you can add an area by clicking the Draw button, then clicking once on the map to start drawing, and then clicking again to initiate the auto-completion of the area selection. To save the finding, hit the Save button at the top. To better display the data, you can start by customizing the look of the table. Hit the Customize Table button and specify what columns are to be displayed on the screen. You can either hide some of the default columns or show new columns according to taxonomy ranks or your custom-made schema-related fields. Filtering. To filter through the data, hit the Filter Findings button. Under the document type, you can specify if you want to search only for a specific schema. By hitting Add Filter, you can start setting up filter conditions. There are 3 fields that you need to work with. Column name, which specifies to what column should the condition be applied to. Filter, which allows you to select the type of logical condition. And finally, value, which specifies the value against which the filter compares. By hitting Apply Filter button, we have isolated the findings that fulfill our criteria. That concludes our basic orientation guide for UniCat database.